Hello, my name is Emory Wellman, and I am a PhD candidate at the University of Florida. My research focuses on the restoration and management of salt marsh and oyster habitats. As a participant in the Virginia Scientists and Educators Alliance program, I have developed a lesson plan called Reef Restoration Reconnaissance. This plan is intended for students in grades 9 through 12 and is designed to satisfy several Florida life science standards. In this lesson, students step into the shoes of restoration ecologists and are tasked with monitoring an oyster reef restoration project and gauging its level of success based on their analysis of monitoring data. First, the instructor will present an introductory PowerPoint, providing background information about coastal ecosystems, restoration, and oysters. This presentation will prepare students for their data collection. Next, students will collect data from 2 aerial images of oyster reefs and 1 oyster sample. Aerial images represent 2 time points, immediately post-restoration, or time 0, and 5 years post-restoration. This plan is best done with students split into pairs, with each pair sharing a set of aerial images and an oyster sample. First, the students will analyze the time 0 aerial image. Using rulers and calculators as necessary, students will measure the dimensions of a restored oyster reef, find its area, and determine the proximity of the reef to a nearby salt marsh. Next, the students will collect data from the same reef 5 years later. They will collect the same data and determine whether the marsh has eroded since the starting time point and to what degree the reef has expanded. Again, using their rulers, students will analyze the lengths of oysters collected from their reef. These data will be used to assess the population structure of the reef's oysters. The students will then calculate the abundance of oysters on the entire reef by combining their oyster and aerial image data. After the activity, the class will come back together and the teacher will facilitate data sharing. Each pair of students will report on the oyster and habitat data they collected. Once all pairs have reported their findings, the instructor will ask students to discuss whether their data reflect a successful restoration effort and why. Further, they will be asked to consider class data overall to make preliminary conclusions about the efficacy of the 2 substrates. For example, as a restoration ecologist, which material would they recommend for future projects and why? I hope that this lesson plan facilitates student understanding of concepts like population structure, density, and other potentially abstract phenomena in an applied scenario. Thank you for watching, and I hope you and your students enjoy this lesson plan.